Hello, how's it going, guys? You two guys doing good? Yeah. Everything going well in life? Yeah, yeah. Um, you are about to get that job promotion? Yeah. Working hard at work. The manager sees you doing good work and is gonna give you a promotion. And so you're gonna go to high places and possibly make relations. You're probably gonna go to high places and get that pay raise to then eventually get the mortgage that you're about to pay off and pay those bills. Okay, that's enough of that. It's a terrible Stewie impression. Rate my Stewie impression out of 10. Probably lucky to get 5 out of 10 for that one. On the real, how are you doing, guys? How things be with you? I just made this video just to sort of clarify certain things that are currently going on at the moment. There's certain things that I can't really go into as much as I would like, at least. There's just certain things that have happened recently. Some of them this year, some of them more recently this month, that have not allowed me to upload as frequently as I'd like. Like at the moment, I've been uploading once every fortnight or so, which is even for me, even for my standards of uploading, that's pretty shoddy. So, this is just a couple of things I wanted to sort of address and tell you why I perhaps haven't been uploading as much. It's part of it is kind of my living situation at the moment. There's currently I can't really go into why it's a problem. I know that sounds really weird, but I'm not really safe to sort of talk freely about it, if that makes sense. And I'm not in any immediate danger. Don't worry about that. I'm not someone's not gonna come point to my face whilst I'm doing this or anything. But it's what's the best way to put this? I could is there's no, to be honest, there's no way of me explaining it. My brain just constantly trying to work out what's the best way of going around this. No, I can't go around it. I just can't. I can't tell you. I'm really sorry. But in a future video, I might once I've maybe moved out. But as of now, it's just really, really difficult for me to tell you. But I promise at some point I will let you guys know about that. Because I want to be truthful. I want to tell you guys the honest truth about my current situation and stuff. And I can't be fully honest about it. That's partly why I want to move out, actually. But as of now, I really can't tell you. It's just not really viable for me to do so. However, I can tell you that one of the things I'm trying to work towards at the moment is, first of all, I'm trying to move out, and also I'm trying to make money for a new PC setup. Because the one I'm using at the moment, I'm currently used to edit and record my videos, is on a laptop, which, if you've ever tried to record and edit games before, or videos and such, it's not the most ideal thing in the world to use. It can be useful if you're traveling and stuff, if you've got a really good one, but my one isn't quite top of the line really, and it does struggle from time to time, and there are some games that it can't record. So for example, Apex Legends, I tried to record once upon a time on this, and it was very laggy and horrible, and it didn't. It records the audio just fine, but just the picture, it just lags from frame to frame and just does not look appealing even the least. So unfortunately, until I get my new setup that I'm thinking of getting, I won't be able to upload anything like Apex or any of the big file games. So things like also Call of Duty. Well, I mean Call of Duty I'm recording on the PS4, but that's not really ideal either because I might actually this in my video later on tonight. The zombies video I'm uploading later on. Excuse me. So there is when I save a video clip on PS4, it's like a share system. You press a button and then it saves the last 30 minutes of what you have currently done in the game, your voice and the gameplay and all that sort of stuff. Now, it's not the most flawless system in the world. There are times where it does cut a few seconds out of it, it sort of jump cuts in certain places, and it occasionally does that over bits I would have put in the video sometimes. And actually in the in the Cold War multiplayer video, the second one I did, with the one where I did that finisher around 2 other people and stuff, I'll play a little clip of that.
Good night.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my god! Oh whoa! I didn't mean to do that! Oh! Moves! Oh! Now, if you notice about that, I didn't actually leave the full clip in because that's where it cut. I had to actually finally edited it so that it kind of looked like I meant to have it like that, but actually what I actually would have done is just left the entire clip in itself. And yeah, like it literally cut it right in between that. And honestly, when I first saw that, and Deep knows this, I was so livid that it cut right in between one of my best clips I've ever got in multiplayer. I was just like, why has this happened right now? You got to be kidding. Like I wasn't actually laughing. I was pissed. got angry, and I actually threw my mouse at my wall. Actually, I've never done that before, and that's like probably one of the first times I've actually done it. Because it annoyed me that much that it actually had to. Because usually it does it once or twice every like half an hour clip that I save. So you gotta understand when it did it right at that point over that half an hour period of the video clip being saved. I was just like, there is no way the stars have aligned that much to screw me over. You cannot be serious. But yeah, I think technical things like that I struggle with, just basically the laptop and the fact that I have to, if I do record on my PS4, I have to use the share button, which isn't the most reliable thing in the world. And you're about to, in the video I just did actually, there's actually a lot more cuts in the actual video clip. There was one like where it cut 4 times within 20 seconds or something like that, something ridiculous like that. Like so, there's like some of it was just like completely unusable, and it's annoying because there was actually a couple of decent clips in there that I couldn't use because of that. But alas, that's not the only thing that kind of has been a problem. I essentially this year just hasn't really been good monetary wise. There was a point in the year that I actually probably could have gone and was able to do what I was gonna do, but then someone came up and asked me for a favour, and because of that I then was unable to do what I was going to do, move out and do my original plan and such. And again, this is this is the thing I can't really, it goes into the sort of the dilemma I had earlier where I couldn't really explain or go into why that happened, but all you need to know is that basically there was a point that I could have essentially moved out and done what I was going to do and get my setup and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's just like this year, man, has just if you don't know, I lost my job because of COVID, and I used to work as a bartender. I used to work at a cocktail bar, and the company that essentially owned the place that I worked in was currently losing money, and we were turning the place around a little bit with the new management that we had in there, and I was starting to make friends there with the new people that were coming in. And I was actually really looking forward to where the place was going because it was really cool to sort of like be part of this business that was like turning itself around, and under the new management and everything, and it was so cool. And I felt like I was starting to make like friendships with people there, like proper because I don't have any particular real life friends, but like I felt like I was actually making some good relations with people there. And then obviously COVID hit. And the cocktail bar I work in is a very nightclubby type bar. Like we have a DJ that came in every weekend. So it's one of those kind of places where it's very crowded and stuff. So as you can probably imagine by that, the restrictions kind of started us over to the point where we could never open. And then the company eventually, even though we were turning the place around, decided to let us go anyway and decided to sell the place. And yeah, like I kind of lost a lot of good friends because of that, because I don't live particularly close to where this place is, and they go on to other places and stuff, and I wasn't really, because in real life I'm like I'm not the most social person in the world. YouTube is kind of that outlet for me that kind of helps me be that kind of like slightly stupid and silly person that I usually am in my videos. It's kind of like I don't know, it's just not really the same. Like I can just kind of be myself more when I'm doing YouTube and stuff. And yeah, just for some reason in real life, I'm not as good. It's just I don't know. I don't know. Any person that like struggles with this sort of thing will understand that it's just different. You can't really explain why it's different. It shouldn't be that different, but it just is. And it's just a lot harder to just socialize with people usually, especially for me. I usually struggle with that. Um, and yeah, during the COVID period, or rather pandemic period. Sorry, I can't say COVID on YouTube. Oh well, my video's not monetized anyway, so it doesn't matter. But during the pandemic period, I, if anything, I should have uploaded a lot more often, like a lot more often. I'm surprised that well, I actually okay, I kind of know now why, but like at the time, I was kind of surprised why I didn't upload a lot more. Like I uploaded, if anything, a little bit less than I originally was, and I wondered why that was for the longest time. And I thought it was just well, actually no, it is because I was lazy, but um but there was a lot of other reasons why. But like, the main one is that surprisingly, if you're not actually working or doing any other sort of activity, it's surprising how much less you actually get done, even if you've got all the time in the world. Because you kind of look at a job and you go, "Oh, I've got to do this." Do you know what? I'll leave it for tomorrow because I've got like all the time in the world. Like I've got to go to work. I'm on furlough. I don't need to do anything. I can chill for like one day, I suppose. Then the next day comes around and you go, I'll chill this day as well, actually. I'll chill this day as well. It wouldn't hurt, to one more day. And then you constantly do that every day in, day out, and then you realise, oh shit, I've done absolutely nothing this past week. And then that turns into a month, and then that turns into a year, and so on and so forth, if you get the picture. And I think a lot of people are actually a lot like that. And I know, like, my mum, I know of lots of people that generally relate to that, and it's something that a lot of people I think are guilty of. And yeah, that's kind of what I did during the pandemic. I got lazy. But as of recently, when I've got a job back, unfortunately, there's just been a resurgence of just things just not going my way, and there is that thing that I can't explain. But there's also the computer problems, like I mentioned. And not only that, but my videos tend to take a lot longer to edit than they used to. I remember when I first started doing YouTube, I was only just getting used to, how editing software works. I'm like, oh, I can do this simple transition, or I can do this simple effect, or this, I'm not going to layer this effect, I'm just going to do that one sound effect in this bit or something. And I never really understood as greatly what I could do with my software. And over the years, my videos have just become more and more longer to make because I think more about, the humour in them and what I can put in and like what sort of references I can make sometimes. And you'd be surprised how long that takes to kind of think of something that fits and something that works in the video that you think, oh, I could put like I want to put like a movie quote in here, but I don't know which one I want to use. And then you just surf the internet for hours looking for that one bit in your video, and you realise, and yeah, like a lot of times because of that, my videos can take a couple of days to edit, even sometimes 3 days, quite commonly. And it's when you've got like you haven't got the best time scale. Like I can't edit late at night because my parents will, they'll hear me in my room if I do any editing, at that sort of time of night. And same with recording. I can't do anything later than about probably 9 o'clock, which is really annoying. But it's just what you have to live with sometimes. But yeah, like editing takes a long time in the upside of things, a lot longer than it used to, which is fine. I don't mind spending that much time on a video. If anything, I like making quality content more so than just farting out a video in like 5 seconds. Like, oh, here you go, here's your video. I just don't like being lazy with that sort of thing. I need to make my video as good as it could be, and I don't do that by just like. It's a slight pet peeve of mine, and I know why people sort of like it, but like how some YouTubers, they'll have all these edits where they sort of slightly zoom in, out, oh, text, constant poppy subtitles on the screen, constant sound effects that constantly make their way into the video, even though they might not be needed, but just put them in anyway. And it's constantly like that. It's like constantly like the video's almost like shaking. Almost it's kind of like shaky cam, but the YouTube version. So. And that's a personal pet peeve of mine. Like, I don't like to make my videos like that. I like to. I obviously do it. I'll do it every once in a while, but I don't do it like all the time. Like, I'm not trying to jiggle keys in front of a baby. Like, I don't think that's appealing. Personally, for me, that's just my personal experience when I watch YouTube videos, and I try and incorporate that into my videos. Like, I make it. It can be like that sometimes, but it has to be like you have to choose your moments when it's like that. And if it happens every once in a while, then you suddenly notice it. I feel like. So that's why I try and edit them in the way that I do, so to speak. So after all that, I really apologise for my lack of consistency of my uploads recently, and unfortunately the bad news is it is going to continue, unfortunately, because I do need to work more shifts at work to essentially get my setup a lot quicker. That's kind of the bad news, but the good news about that is I will get my setup a lot quicker that way, and after that point, once I get my setup and I eventually move out, I will be able to essentially go into full detail why my channel's gone in the direction it has in the last couple of years or so, I'd say. But that's the future video that I can make, and I can be honest with you guys about that, because all I want to do is be honest with you guys. I don't like putting the wool over people's eyes or lying to people. That's just not me. I always want to be 100% with every single one of y'all. So yeah, hopefully the faster I can actually get to that point, the quicker I can probably make that video, I suppose. So, but yeah, that's all I wanted to sort of get off my chest, just because I thought you guys deserved to know that. And yeah, we'll be uploading a video later on tonight. Hopefully that should be out soon post haste. And yeah, I will be seeing you probably then, and whenever I upload next after that. So yeah, have a good one, guys, and take care. Good evening, all day, or night, or Christmas, whenever the hell you decide to watch this. It's up to you.